Good morning, everyone. It's Derek with the Food Boat. We are back here at the River Dog Stadium, Joseph P. Riley Stadium, home of the Charleston River Dogs, right here on Lockwood, by the old city dump where y'all saw I was stuck just a few days ago. But we are indeed ashore by the River Dog Stadium, waiting on Dexter to get here. And whenever he gets here, we're going to make some delicious breakfast. If you've never heard of Early Bird Diner, you're in for a treat because Early Bird Diner is one of my favorite in Charleston. I am a huge fan of breakfast. Like Parks and Recreation, Leslie Knope, and Ron. Why am I having a freaking brain fart? Do you remember Ron's name? Swanson. Ron Swanson. I can't believe I couldn't remember Ron Swanson. Where like breakfast is the meal you could eat every meal of the day, right? You could eat it every day, all day, whenever you want to eat it. And Early Bird Diner is one of those. Got a little bit of a bone to pick with Dexter when they get here because after COVID, they changed their late night hours. I don't drink anymore, so the late night hours don't bother me that much. But it was nice to be able to go to Early Bird Diner instead of the Waffle House every now and then. And now you don't really have that option. They close at 3 and they call it a day. So we're here waiting. You never know what that gangway is going to present with us. So whenever he gets here, he'll walk up that gangway. But right now I do have my college roommate and good buddy, Joe Ellenberger, that y'all met a couple days ago. He's here, and we're going to go hang out outside while we wait for Dexter. So
breakfast is also the only meal that you can eat the same thing every day, and people don't look at you like you're a psycho.
That is true. I never even thought about that. I'm not sure if you heard that, chat, but he said breakfast is the only meal that you can eat the same thing every day, and people don't look at you like you're a psycho.
You eat a bowl of cereal every day for breakfast. No one thinks anything of it. Yeah. Eggs or bacon or whatever. But if you ate a hamburger every night for dinner your entire life, people would be like, what the hell is wrong with that dude? I mean, it's just kind
of... The thing that like gets me is especially like being stuck out there the other day. Mm-hmm. Like I do get like, I need something. I need a change because I've eaten a lot of peanut butter and jellies on the boat. And like my palate does get fatigued. Well, you're right. Breakfast, I never get fatigued at breakfast.
Yeah. Eggs, bacon. I mean, you can eat that every day.
Yeah. Hey, yes. That's Meredith. We didn't realize that. Our friends had yeah. That will happen. You guys are just a black hole of production. Yeah. It's like probably you guys want to get out of here in 4 years. You better split up. Yeah, that was a fun intervention.
I didn't know they had those.
there's all sorts of interventions. Okay. I didn't know there was one for you two can't be roommates.
The funny thing was is like I went from Derek, and then my next roommate was our buddy Tim, and it was just like you want to talk about just polar opposites. Derek's like the most chill, laid back, dude, like, and then our buddy Tim, he is just like Mr. like straight-laced, uptight Marine Corps, like
Yeah.
Tim,
I think one of the funniest comments that I still remember from Tim was, "Are we friends or are we just drinking
I don't
buddies?"
think we're really friends. I'm like, what are you talking about, Tim? He goes, we're just drinking buddies. I'm like, no, Tim, we're friends. He goes, all we ever do is just get together and drink. I'm like, we're in college.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I would question people that you hung out with in college that you didn't drink with.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
Yeah, it was.
we're not even friends. We're just drinking.
Yeah,
Like, well, here we are 20 years later, and we're still talking to each other. So
It seems to be working out.
we're clearly friends.
yeah. We're all. The group text was even active this morning,
Yeah.
and
Right.
Tim's in Japan.
Yeah. He's
Nice.
Okinawa.
Yeah, he's in the Marine Corps. So, but it's funny because it's just like I remember that one out of like almost all the conversations was, are we even friends?
You said the first time you
Are we
met him,
getting deep here? like how?
first time you met him, did you say you walked into his room and he was holding a cable arm?
Oh yeah, he had.
Come at me.
Because like.
All right.
Yeah, so it's
Good
Nabir at the
to see you.
Citadel. I don't know what you know about Nabir, but
Yeah.
but it's pretty intense, right? So like I guess a couple upperclassmen had already gone in his room to mess with him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, let's go meet the neighbor. So
That's pretty good.
I go in his room, and he's like this with a cable in here. Like, come at me, and I'm like, I just like go back out the door, turn around, come back in the room. I'm like, don't go over there.
He comes back in the room and goes, that Barnum guy's a psycho.
Don't go over there. I don't know when I walked in on, but yeah. All right, let me change to this camera. That one will be the easier one to record with.
Yeah,
What do we need set up today?
Well, I know you'd mentioned using the smoker to give the sausage a little head start.
Yeah.
You could just cook it on the flat top if you want.
You're saying that because I ain't got the smoker going. We can get it going.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's an easy thing.
Things like Derek, you're slacking. Get that smoker going.
Mostly I'm just trying not to get distracted by birds too much. It's a good spot. It's cool birds.
It's a cool spot until you spend a couple days here.
Yeah.
My adventure getting in here, and thanks again for being yeah, we can
I
go
see what you
wherever.
mean about it, the water being a little low. That's
It's a
no,
little
it's so pretty, man.
yeah. Well, like I was telling chat because we are live streaming, right? So the people are here in the chat, and I was telling them, I was like, I could turn around. I said, but I've been telling Josh at the River Dogs how cool it would be to like pull up here and
Yeah.
film an episode here.
Yeah.
And I've been telling them that for a couple of years. I'm like, I kind of need to do it. And I got halfway, and like it's not in my nature to get like halfway, because like I was literally like right there
Yeah.
the other day, like halfway on that tree line there. Like almost if you look at, you see where that palm tree is in the dead center there?
Yeah, I do now. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was pretty much at that palmetto tree. And like I'm there and I'm like, I'm so close. And they're like, Derek, don't risk it, just leave. So that's why I was like, let me text the chefs
Yeah.
and see if the chefs are cool with it. And the chefs are cool with it, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. No, this is nice, man.
So
It's a good spot.
I was like, let's just make that happen. So we're here.
That was an entertaining episode. For sure.
I had to bring the motor up.
Shit, what happened?
How's it going?
What happened? That's how he caught y'all?
Is that what happened? I thought you stole the water from us.
I guess.
I ran out of water. I thought it was your fault.
Well, shit, the thing about about it is you might be stuck for a little while. That was the moon tide, wasn't it?
Well, we got a few more days of it.
Oh, it's coming back?
Yeah.
That's pretty damn nice, though. I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Shit, I was hoping somebody didn't come claim it. Because I didn't know. I said, well, shit. I said, that moon tide, it probably broke free. They probably don't know where the hell it's at.
Oh, I know. I was here.
Oh, you was on it when it came?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cooking with Josh tomorrow. I got Dexter with Early Bird Diner today. I got a little YouTube channel where I go around cooking with chefs.
Oh, nice.
So-
Nice.
Are you with the team?
I do maintenance
Okay.
on the building.
Well, I know, Josh, we're doing pork belly banh mi's tomorrow,
Wow.
and he said he was going to feed the team, the crew, so I guess you're part of the crew. So
Listen, now that you said I am.
there you go.
Listen, Josh usually takes care of us because, we always fixing stuff for him. And
Yeah.
He takes pretty good care of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I guess I said I see the solar right there, and I said, shit, I guess you got generator and all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So did you make that?
Yep.
That's I've seen them damn posts. I said, oh, I think we're staying a hurricane.
Thank
Yeah, you did a good job, man.
you.
I guess you got air conditioning and everything.
I do. I cheat.
Yeah, listen, you got to.
You can't be almost in July, August and not have AC.
Well, listen, I was thinking the other day, I turned 60. That's shit, man. This heat goes out here and like chokes me now.
Yeah.
When I was down, I don't know, from 15 to 35, 40, I'd be at that beach and running and blisters on the bottom of my feet. Next day, get out there, be sunburned, and get out there the next day and do it all over.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's acid, man. I'm trying to stay away from it.
Yeah, the sun's not your friend.
No, nothing. All right, brother, y'all be good.
Thank you. Take care. That was funny. So let me get on that camera.
Gotta love those low country accents.
Oh, yeah. Did I give you the mic?
No.
I didn't give you a mic. Which one is this? This is 2. Let's give you 1.
Right.
This is 1. This is 1.
Let's keep it that.
And so you need the smoker. Smoker's starting to get going, I think. I can smell it. What else you need? We need the burners inside.
Yeah, the flat. Like you said, you had like a Blackstone.
Well, I've got the flat top on the Garland. We can always just. This one's probably easiest. Clean her up real quick.
Sure.
Do it out here. Because what I'm going to do is that's all that is salt spray.
Yeah.
Salt spray is the worst freaking thing. But because what I think I'm going to do, if we don't have to get it hot in there, I'm eventually going to take the Garland out, and I got to reconfigure out here. I've got a Viking grill with 2 burners.
Nice.
Outdoor, like tabletop Viking grill. That I got to figure out how to get out here. Because that Garland, come on in and check it out. The Garland is 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's pretty.
it is pretty. I need to get the faceplate back on it and stuff. But, the other thing is it creates so much heat in here. I'm fighting my AC. And when the show really gets going, that's the view.
Yeah.
That's the view out there. So, I was like, I got to start figuring out how to keep most of the show out there. And then if I get rid of this, I can put some shelves and counter space in and then store the cookware and everything inside.
Yeah, but that's totally room for 3 sandwiches right there. That thing, if it'll get 350, I can work with it.
They'll get 350.
Cool.
I mean, I sell meat for a living.
Yeah.
I use it at food shows. That's my go-to for food shows are those little things. So, yeah, we'll get it plugged in, get it going. Let me switch to camera 2, which is the mobile camera. And then, how do you want to show it? What do you want to plate on?
I bought some plates.
Plates?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got everything I need. We can go through it if you want and see if you think I'm missing anything. But I think I'm set up.
Oh yeah, that smoker's rolling now.
Yeah.
We'll have that shirt about there. Slackers giving 100%.
Hey, they're a great band, man. I've seen them a bunch of times.
It's like my living living motto there.
Me and my wife's second date was a slacker show.
Give 100%, 10% of the time.
You gotta save it for when you need it, you know?
What was that?
The Toby Keith song?
Or the Sex Panther, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
That really doesn't make any sense. Sex Panther by Odeon. I think there was a brewery that came out with a beer called Sex Panther. I'm like, judging by Brian Fantana's logic, I'm not sure that I want to drink that. 60% of the time it works every time.
Especially the whole smells like Bigfoot.
Yeah. Burns the nostrils.
This is worse than the time the raccoon got caught in the copier. Back in the good old days, before Instagram, when everybody just quoted Ron Burgundy all the time. We didn't have memes.
But stuff like that was kind of the beginning of memes. I feel like, you know what I mean? It was
I think that's what created the culture.
I mean, like that era of movies with the one-liners and everything. It just kind of, yeah.
It was just people relating to strangers based on humor. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. The Chappelle Show. That was another one.
Yeah, the Chappelle Show.
There we go.
For those of you not aware, that was Cooper River Farm chicken apple sausage. That's what I do for a living. I sell Cooper River Farm sausage, primals, all that. But our sausage line is our most prevalent line. We've got Dexter with us today. Dexter actually uses this stuff. There are people that use it.
It is.
Yeah. So I think a lot of the issue I have is, the viewers on the channel are either consumers or they don't live in the Charleston market. So they're always like, how do I get that? And I'm like, come to Charleston.
The sample pack on your website, didn't you?
The sample pack is on the website. Joe's doing a great plug over there. If you want Cooper River Farm sausage, you can always order some of it off of the foodboat.co. Not .com. Derek's too cheap to pay for the .com.
You're welcome.
All right.
You got the planes flying over. You got the baseball stadium. You got the bars. Excellent setting.
It is. It doesn't suck. Get you. Sorry. Might be in your shit. I'm just trying to help you get.
Yeah, yeah. Just getting my space together. Nothing to do with like trash and stuff.
Trash. I got a can right here for you.
Oh, cool. Cans are best. All right. Go ahead and mix up some of the batter for the.
Yeah, Teresa, you ought to be happy today. We're cooking sausage. Teresa's from an hour outside of Dallas. I say that jokingly. She's not. I made a mistake the one time joking about Texas, and I'm like, geographically, you forget how big Texas is.
Yeah.
And, I was like, yeah, she's like an hour outside of Texas, I think. Turns out it's like 6.
You can ride for a long time in Texas. I lived in San Antonio for a little when I was little.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where she is. Yeah, San Antonio.
We when my brother graduated from AIT at Fort Sam Houston.
That's where my dad was.
Yeah. My mom and I drove straight through from Florida, North Carolina to Fort Sam Houston, San Antonio. It's an 18-hour drive, and I think over a third of that was just in the state of Texas.
Yeah. My dad's second duty station was Fort Richardson up in Anchorage.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And that was right before Sam Houston. And when we change when we moved. We drove.
Oh wow.
And we stopped in North Carolina first because that's where my family is from. So we were on the road for,
Whereabouts in North Carolina?
I was born in Monroe, outside of Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly where Monroe is. Yeah.
But my family's all over Union County. We've been there a long time.
Yeah. Yep.
All
I had a
right.
cousin that lived in Union County. He lives in Aiken now, but he lived in Union County, Waxhaw.
Yeah. That's not far from my grandparents. All right. So just I got 4 eggs here, just a little bit of milk.
Dexter, what are we making with it?
We're making some sausage Monte Cristos today with little blueberry jam.
The audience, I think most of them were just introduced to a Monte Cristo on July 5th. I think a lot of them have never heard of a Monte Cristo before.
It's like a French toast grilled cheese, basically.
Oh, they're freaking delicious, aren't they?
Yeah, and we're doing a smaller version today with a little bit of
Did I mess you up? What I hide on you?
oh, now that I'm just grabbing some cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla sugar. We're not making it too sweet today because it's just a savory sandwich.
Yeah.
And we've already got the jam, but still I got a little bit of vanilla sugar here. And that's just sugar. We store it with a little vanilla bean in it. And you can do that at home and it'll pick up the flavor for months.
Really?
Yeah. You just bruise the bean a little bit first, put it in there with your sugar. And anytime you pull a little sugar out, just put the same amount in and you'll have that amount for,
Wow.
keep it going for a while. Do a few grains of cinnamon.
What's your best seller at Early Bird?
We sell a lot of the country scramble and a lot of the chicken and waffles. Shrimp and grits does real good. It's usually those 3 kind of switch being the most popular. That a little bit more.
I know I'm a huge fan of your chicken and waffles. Like if I sneak over there,
That's usually everybody's first thing to get, and some folks just get that all the time.
yeah.
It's like we found it. That's just what we're gonna do.
Well, it was funny. Joey, right before you came, Joey was like, breakfast is the only meal that you could eat the same thing every time and not be considered a psychopath.
Well, and it's it's not a bad business plan for breakfast places. We're the place that there's people I see every day. There's a few guys I see 2 or 3 times a day sometimes. You got
that security guard that's there every time. What's
I can't remember his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about. I know he gets his eggs like a little bit past medium. And he's a nice fella.
Really nice fella.
There was a restaurant in town where I'm from, and like once a week they would do breakfast for dinner. And they did more business that night than they did any other night of the week, when they did breakfast for dinner. And people just come in and get, eggs and bacon and waffles and stuff.
Yeah. My dad is a retired firefighter from up in the Cleveland area, and they have the Romeo Breakfast Club, which is retired old men eating out. And I think it's like one of those things that you see, like when you do go to breakfast joints, you do always see like the same group of old men hanging out, eating breakfast. But I always thought it was so funny because it's like, I got my Romeo breakfast. And it's like, what do you mean? And then it was like, he told me the acronym, and I'm like, that's actually very clever.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I remember, like, my dad was a principal. He was a school administrator when we were growing up. So, like, during the summers, like, we'd always go with him to work every day. And we'd play in the gym or whatever while he worked. And every morning he'd usually take us by McDonald's for parties to get breakfast. And every morning there would be the same group of old guys sitting in the same place eating every single morning.
Yeah, it's breakfast places are special like that, man. You really do. You form a relationship with people.
Yeah.
And you do your best to learn how to cook their eggs like their mama cooked their eggs. And if you do that, you'd be all right.
Yeah.
Now I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What was the decision to stop doing the late night?
I'm old. I'm 45 years old, man. Doing 7 a.m. to 4 a.m. ain't getting it no more, And honestly, that's it. Like we miss it all the time. Me and the fellas in there. There's a bunch of us that have been there the whole time, and it just got to be time to just do what we do when we can, and let that soak for a little bit. The English muffin takes a little bit longer to soak up the batter than other breads, but it's worth it.
Have you tried our pork roll yet?
Actually, the chicken apple sausage is the only thing I've tried so far. I have some andouille already in my freezer that I need to get through. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to get some of yours too. Okay. Try that one. But no, man, we're a big fan of your products, man. We really are. Everybody likes playing with them. So
yeah,
great job.
Notice he said playing with them and not playing with your sausage.
I'm a gentleman.
Freezing.
You gotta let the occasional joke go by. Do them all.
Take advantage of all of them.
But yeah, I gotta get you a sample of that pork roll. I know it's not a traditional dish, but it is a damn good breakfast.
Yeah. Well, that's like a Pennsylvania thing, right?
Yeah, like Philly, Jersey,
Yeah,
that area, yeah. Butter and cheese.
Yeah, that's really all we needed. We could have just sat around and ate some butter and cheese. People probably would have judged us on the internet. But
so Joe's brother that he was talking about absolutely loves butter.
Yes.
One of the things that they had at the Circle was the Summerall Guards, and they had you were a bond volunteer aspirant to be part of the Summerall Guards.
Yes.
And one of the things that they would do is they would smoke the dog shit out of you and make you eat butter.
Yeah. One of the squaws specifically was called the butter biscuits, and like they had to stick had put sticks of butter in their pockets every day before training, and they would make them eat a stick of butter, and like there was not a better suited candidate to be in that squad than my brother. Like he was just
I was born for this. I've been waiting on you fellas.
This is my freaking calling. Because like he was seriously the kid that would like go sneak into the refrigerator and like just eat spoonfuls of butter as a kid, and like before training every day they'd make him eat a stick of butter, and some of the guys would be like hurling and throwing up and like barely be able to eat it. Tom was just like no issues,
nothing to it.
I actually like this.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I do remember I was threatened with my life. Tom told me, because they try and find a weakness for you and exploit it, and Tom could not stand tomatoes. He hated them. He hates them still.
Really?
He just can't eat tomatoes. He just hates them.
There's folks like that. I'm married to one.
He's just like, I don't care. He's like, do not tell a MF and soul. I don't like tomatoes.
Apples.
He's like,
yeah, they're great.
He's like, if I have to eat a tomato, I'm quitting.
Tomatoes. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I can eat a tomato like an apple. I love them.
Oh yeah,
brother.
I can eat them with salt.
Or a hamburger.
I need a little bit of salt to sprinkle on them.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like if I'm eating a tomato like an apple, I need some salt to sprinkle on.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Some salt.
Yeah.
Man, that smells good.
Yeah. So that's all we're waiting on now is.
Yeah. Once we get those to where I can just finish them on the grill a little bit, let them get a little brown on either side, we can start these guys up. We'll be 5-10 minutes out from eating.
Now I see pancakes mentioned there. Your pancakes are damn good pancakes too, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We sell a lot of.
Yeah. What's the secret?
We use H&R flour, which isn't good for anything else. Like if you want to make some terrible biscuits, use H&R flour, but it works really good for pancakes. It makes a good sturdy pancake, so you don't have to mix it. You don't have to overmix it to feel like you got something that's going to hold together. You know? And so you end up with something that's hearty, but you can still get kind of a light product out of it. That and we use fresh cinnamon. We grind it all the time.
Really? Okay.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And that and the eggs we use at the diner kind of make a difference in everything too. We get them from Watson Farms up in Lowry, South Carolina.
Okay.
And they're fantastic eggs.
Yeah.
So you put ground cinnamon in your pancakes?
A little bit, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's got a spice to it for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been using their eggs. I guess about 7 years now. I've been in love with them the whole time.
That's in Lowry?
Lowry, South Carolina. It's in between Chester and York, South Carolina.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a little family farm. We got hooked up with them through Grow Food Carolina, and it's been a good relationship.
Nice.
Yeah. Let me see what these guys in here are looking like. We're getting there. Oh, man.
So Early Bird Diner, that's you?
That's me and my wife, Nicole Morris.
Okay.
Yeah, we opened in late 2008. And, which does not.
Hey! Oh, you're going inside if you step. Get over here. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Doing good. He said, how are you getting by without saying hey to him?
Yeah.
So we used to be the official bratwurst and everything at the River Dogs. And then it came down to price.
Yeah.
So they still carry us upstairs in the suites and everything, but we're not on the concourse. So I get it. Because,
Yeah.
you know, they were having to sell our brats at like 8 something.
Yeah.
And barely turning a profit.
Yeah.
I mean, not barely turning a profit, but their margins weren't what they were used to.
Yeah.
So, but. Guess what is today? Tuesday? Nobody's up yet.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sweating.
Yeah. Who's the most famous guest you've had?
Oh man, we've had a lot of. Far and away the most famous person I ever ate there was Jerry Seinfeld, and he was in and out. We didn't mess with him, but we were freaking out. we gave him his space or whatever, but that was pretty exciting. We have fed the Slackers; they've been there. Southern Culture on the Skids has come through. I was pretty tickled about that. That's one of my favorite bands. I mean, a bunch of people. It's hard to even.
I mean, you get like Bill Murray's come in or something, huh? Local or
Yeah, he's come and picked up to go before. We've seen him. It's like I don't want to forget anybody either. A bunch of the Gemstones people have eaten with us.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And they're all fantastic. And the crew for that show too. Those guys are also really neat. We got to film a tiny bit. It was funny. It was a whole day of filming. We were in like 7 seconds of an episode. And you can see my belly in the background in the kitchen window.
Okay.
Yeah, they kept telling me not to be so blurry. I didn't know what they were talking about, but I see it now when I watch it. Like I should have been less blurry. But
How do you be less blurry?
I don't know.
But you were too blurry.
Yeah, you can't really see me. I'm just a movement in the background. But that was fun too. I mean, we've always enjoyed doing some kind of filming. It's just something to break up what we're doing every day, you know. Yeah. And the Food Network thing was really fun too.
Right.
They honestly they changed our lives. I feel like there's a ton of good restaurants out in America that probably wouldn't have made it without that bump, you know. And I think that's probably us too. You know, we owe them a lot. A lot of people heard about us from them, you know.
Yeah. Oh, your parking lot's always full.
Yeah. And not to take anything away from our staff and what we've done, they get them in there and we try to get them coming back, you know. But it definitely from the day it aired, it changed everything, you know. Really, from the time people heard we had done it, we started getting busier.
Yeah. Now for the audience, and this is shame on me because I'm not that good at preparing. If they want to look up, when was that?
2011.
2011.
Yeah, it's an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives called Multitaskers.
Multitaskers.
That's us.
I'm sure one of my moderators who's lurking in the background can probably find that episode. Multitaskers 2011, and share that link because that would be a good treat for them to see. Like I said, I gotta get better at a lot of this stuff. this ain't the Food Network.
No, we're having a good time, man. This is fun.
So not yet, at least. I'd like to take this show on the road eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But the most fun, and the audience is probably tired of hearing this. The most fun that I've ever had was when I bought my first barge out of New Bern, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I huck finned it from New Bern to Charleston. And because it was like they wanted $5,000 to truck it.
Yeah.
And our other buddy, Alex, was like, nah, you could do that much less taking it down the river.
Yeah.
And like we figured a bunch of stuff. We made assumptions. You know what they say about assumptions, right?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely made an ass out of myself with those assumptions.
Yeah. You want to hear God laugh? Make a plan.
Yeah. So it was 8-10 hour days underway, but we had 2 or 3 days broke down before we got underway, and then another 3 days broke down in Moorhead before we got back underway. So it was just over 2 weeks of travel to huck fin a 30-foot barge. This is a 40-footer. To huck fin a 30-footer down the ICW, and we spent every bit of that money on that trip. Yeah. So, but the most fun I had was that, and it's like this year I really wanted to do it, but it just took so long to build it out, and then this summer right now is just kind of like proving the concept. Kind of doing the shakedown of the boat, figuring out what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be changed. Like I said, come to the realization that this needs to be the focal point, right?
Yeah.
And but hopefully next year I get to do Beaufort to Beaufort, cooking with chefs along the way.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to like take all this content we filmed this summer and make enough good content to start getting a good following.
Yeah.
And then like we start reaching out to chefs and being like, hey, when I'm coming through, can I cook with you? Hey, when I'm coming through,
That'll be
can
cool,
I cook
man.
with you?
Yeah.
And then stop along the way in the few different coastal towns and just show people the Carolina coast.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Well, you picked a great city to start.
Yeah.
I feel like Charleston's it's a great place to eat food. It's a great place to be a cook. You know? Honestly, that was one of the things that made me move here. Back home, I'd worked in a bunch of corporate restaurants, and I'd hear people talk about the way they would eat when they were down here, and I was like, well, I want to go learn to do that. And and that was 21 years ago.
So your corporate settings.
Yeah.
Where were they?
I did a couple years at Outback, and I did I'd say about 3 years at Chili's back home.
Okay.
And I had worked in a couple smaller places. My first cooking job was my first job ever was in a Chinese place.
Okay.
When I was in high school, and that place it was a tiny little joint. It was like Chinese soul food. Like we sold, it was great.
Unless you're a buffet.
Yeah.
It's a tiny Chinese joint.
Yeah. But it was different than other places. It was American Chinese, but it was also mostly we sold chicken wings and rice and gravy.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
That was our main seller there, and I mean it was delicious. They had this yellow gravy on there that I've tried to make something similar. I've made some good stuff trying to make something similar, but never really been able to quite nail it.
Okay.
And I'll probably just have to break down and ask them for the recipe one day, but I don't know if they'll give it to me.
We used to order those chicken wings at the Citadel.
I
used to be able to just call and be like, "Hey, this is Joe."
Yeah. They take it from there.
No, after a while they knew the phone number.
Yeah.
You just call and be like,
The eagle was landed.
This place too.
Yeah.
You just call and be like,
It was hot mustard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, you want General Tso's chicken? I'm like, you got it. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
They knew the address and everything. They knew to bring it to 4th Battalion.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they had a delivery driver that was there for ages.
Yeah.
And like the most like his ability to remember who you were
Yeah.
and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it was like the Citadel kept hot mustard in business, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like, that's all of us ordered from there. And you would see him pull up, and he'd be like, "Is that mine?" He's like, "No, I'll be back with yours."
Yeah.
And like, he knew exactly who people were and everything, and it was
clearly a family-owned operation because I mean, you call and they would see your phone number.
yeah.
They would recognize your phone number, and if you had like a regular order, they just knew it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like because I'd call and be like, "Oh, you want General Tso's chicken?" Yeah. How'd you guess?
I feel like Charleston's cool because it has a lot of like. I feel like that's kind of a small town thing,
Yeah.
but in a decent sized city, you still run into a lot of that stuff
A lot
around
of
here.
that
It's a big city with a small town.
People are still forming relationships and
Yeah.
getting to know people who they
Yeah.
just kind of see every once in a while. Smell-o-vision. I like that.
Hot mustard was terrible. Trying to walk all day.
Kevin Drake.
Oh, now we're dealing with beef. I thought it was.
Kevin's another one of our classmates. That's why he's saying that. He's stirring the chit. China Walk. Nah, man. China Walk was not allowed in 4th Battalion.
All right. I think these are probably close enough. We can
Finish them off on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have enough flavor.
Oh yeah.
Nah, you don't get acclimated to this heat. Oh shit, Derek, you're missing that.
Yeah, man. I love that sound.
Yeah. I forget who I was watching the one time, but they were talking about like he was like saying, my wife when she cooks, she doesn't ever get the surface hot enough before putting the meat down. And he said, I've yelled at her so many times that she just goes so she makes
sustained eye contact as she does it.
She makes the sound.
Yeah. Oh, I get you. She just says it. Yeah, there you go. That's not quite the same, but you do what you can. You do what you can.
You know, one of the biggest things to overcome when selling sausage out of natural casing is the difference between that link and that link.
Yeah.
And they both weigh the exact same.
Well, I feel like the demand for like uniformity and consistency, I understand where it comes from, but I think sometimes, it's become such a part of like the American culinary culture. It's limiting. You know what I mean? Because vegetables don't grow that way. They don't all grow the same size and shape. Like, I think it should be more about making something pretty and delicious that maybe might look slightly different than the thing that went right before it.
Yeah.
As long as the flavor and the effort's there. Oh yeah.
That's that apple and brown sugar now. Caramelizing. Yeah, that's always the thing is like when somebody's like, they're different sizes, and I'm like, weigh them.
Yeah, exactly.
Portioned.
Well, and the a lot of those things are how we got where we are in American food. You know what I mean? We're just learning how to grow tasty tomatoes again because we concentrated so hard on growing tomatoes that would ripen in the truck on the way to somewhere, or were exactly the same size and shape all the time. Now we're kind of having to figure out how to, still make people happy with the things we make, but get back to making them just in the best way possible too.
Yeah. Well, these are sheep's casing, which is even harder to work. Sheep's casing is the most frail of all the natural casings. But when we were doing chicken, we do a basic chicken breakfast sausage that is in pork casing that's cheaper. and it does have its application. But when somebody's ordering chicken, it's usually because they can't do pork at all.
Yeah.
Because it's usually either religious purposes or
Yeah.
dietary purposes that they can't do pork at all. And it's like one of those things where it's like the sheep's casing does drive the price up a little bit because, one, the casing is more expensive, and then two, the work of it.
Yeah. But it's a lighter casing too.
It is.
Like when you bite into it, you can tell the difference.
Yeah. But that's why the length changes a lot, because you can't put as much pressure on it as you're stuffing it.
Yeah.
If you stuff it too much, you're going to burst the casing.
Yeah.
So it is amazing to see that. Like on the production side, where you're just like, I guess a salesman, the guys will complain to me about stuff. Quit selling this one. And I'm like, but people love it.
Yeah.
The breakfast sausage, the pork breakfast sausage, was a pain in the ass for a while until we stepped down the size of the casing.
Yeah.
Because we were doing it the same size casing we were doing our dinner sausage in.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them.
Yeah. People got to go back to work.
A lot of them came back, and my feedback at first, I was like, guys, they're looking like meatballs, and they're like, no, blah blah blah, that's an exaggeration. I said, okay, let me tell you what they're actually saying they look like. They look like a testicle. That's what they look like. We got to figure something out. We can't be selling. Yeah, the breakfast sausage, the R&D on it was interesting.
I love making sausage though, man. Because you're not just going for the flavor, you're going for that like perfect like mouthfeel, like that pop too.
Yeah.
And
I'm sweating through my shirt.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't help that I'm drinking coffee.
it's warm today.
What is it today? What does it say? 91?
91 already.
In the shade.
Not even 11 a.m.
Yeah.
They won't be satisfied until I have a fan on the bow. But like the one thing I tell them that like they don't understand is that I'm competing with noise.
Yeah.
Like every fan makes noise, right?
Right.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the moment.
And I know that seems like a lot of butter, but butter's healthy again. Ask anybody.
Well, 80 years ago, everybody was lean and skinny, and they cooked with butter. And
and fat back and
every meal.
Well, I think is some of that though. I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, like everyone like switched over to that for a while, and it's like you're just eating oil.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Congealed.
Like, that I can't believe it's not butter.
I believe it.
Still not healthy.
But it doesn't make it healthy. It's actually healthier to eat the butter.
There's an assload of calories in oil or any other oil.
But their lifestyle was more physically demanding back then.
It sure was. Joe and I talk about it. When I'm on the road, travel or work, I listen to a lot of World War II memoirs and stuff, and like the men that fought in World War II, like we pale in comparison.
Oh
to
yeah.
them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Like,
Well, I mean, even the folks who were here back home, the stuff that they were doing,
oh yeah. Oh yeah, because like you had the blackout, so the U-boats wouldn't see ships running up the coast.
Yeah.
You couldn't get somebody to do that
or
today.
victory gardens or rationing.
Yeah. I need to watch my nighttime show.
Yeah.
I'm not turning my power off. What are you talking about? Like people would not do what they did back then.
Yep.
I got a pretty good feeling about this. I think it's going to turn out good.
I think it's going to turn out damn good. Yeah, there was think you and I were talking about it. The actual guy that Fury was based off of.
Yeah.
Like the first Sherman tank that they gave him was the small cannon and everything, and he used it and he punched through and took out a bunch of German tanks until the tank broke down. And because he made such a name for himself, High Command gave him a new tank with the bigger cannon. So they were using that in combat, and then it got messed up. And they were like, "Oh, guess what? Your old tank is ready. You can go back on that tank." And he's like, "Absolutely not." Well, the Army was like, "No, you're going back on that tank." So you know what he did? He told his crew, "Why don't y'all break for chow?" And he took the tank and drove it into a lake. And said, "You need to give me another tank."
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think you can do that now.
you get in trouble for losing a canteen.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty hefty statement of charges there.
Give me a new tank.
Like, would this be how do we handle this?
Oh
You
man.
know, but like I was saying it the other day, and I think it's 100% true that like Patton's statement about compared to war, all other forms of human endeavor shrink to insignificance. And when like you think about like what went on during a time of total war,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Like, but yeah, when you said, they were different back then. They most certainly were different back then.
My dad has told me a story a couple times about when they were doing the coffee rationing. My great granddad, he decided that they really only had enough coffee for like one cup a day, basically. And rather than have one person get coffee with breakfast every day, they would just wait until they had enough for everybody to have a cup, and that would be the day they drank coffee.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it was something that they were
Yeah.
going through together.
They're all in it together.
Yeah.
Waiting all week to look forward to it.
Yeah. I would slip into a coma.
Oh yeah.
Not coming to work today. Why? I couldn't have coffee.
There's no coffee.
There's no coffee.
Oh man.
I mean, it's 91 degrees and I'm sipping coffee right now. So.
I'm telling you, the best call out that I had, I think I've told you, Joe, was one of my employees calling out of work back when I had the dock building business.
Yeah.
And it was anal glaucoma.
Wait, what?
I just can't see my ass coming to work. I was like, you were in that one, bud. Say, where is this going? Where's it going with this?
Freebie right there. Well played.
Hey, man, you got anal glaucoma. You what? I just can't see my ass coming to work. Touche. Stay home.
Well played, sir.
All right.
So, Teresa, you were asking the casing. This is a chicken apple sausage in sheep casing. That's what those are.
All right. I'm just gonna let the cheese melt a little bit, and we are ready.
Oh, and they're getting a blueberry on them too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, God. Or they say, shut up and take my money.
I got a couple plates. I think we need one more.
Okay.
Oh, there's a nice little breeze on this side.
Oh, man, I'm not getting the plating. Slacking, Derek. Nobody's yelling at me in chat. I like your plates better. Those are the ones we're going to focus on you building.
Those were a gift from my mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's pretty fantastic. Now, this is going to be messy, but
Those are the good
we'll,
ones.
we'll all get messy. We'll be in it together, so it won't be so bad.
Give me 1 second. Let me get some stuff for the grand, too. All right, go ahead. Can I get you to put a little extra drizzle on this one?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just because I didn't get anything for Instagram. Slacking. There we go.
All right. That's it. Breakfast is ready.
Let's get you to hold one, just so we can get a thumbnail ready for when I make the episode. And then
All right.
get a close-up picture. Perfect. And then I'm gonna bring them in. You can dive in if you want.
Nice.
I'm gonna just get this for them. Look at that, y'all. Like that was a wham bam thank you ma'am type meal too. Like breakfast is supposed to be.
Short order. That's what we do.
You will hop in there, Joey?
Yeah.
Mariner's like, give me some of that. Stop being greedy, Derek.
Oh, man, you should have seen my dog's face when I was leaving. He's like, wait, but it's Tuesday. Where are you going?
This
We're supposed to hang.
This isn't part of the
I've
agreement.
been waiting all week. Oh, man. But yeah, he's a precocious little dude. He's got his own Instagram account. I can't tell him nothing. It's me, Mr. Pickles, on Instagram.
It's me, Mr. Pickle.
Yeah, y'all should check him out. He's mostly biting at the stream from a hose. Those are everybody's favorite videos. So
Those are always like my most favorite thing to do with him is turn the hose on.
oh yeah. Now, Pickles loves it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Really good.
I got paper towels. I don't want to get that dirty.
Thank you, Bubba.
Yep. Good stuff. There he is. We'll give him just a happy puppy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my man.
You're out cheating on him today, huh? Hanging out with us?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna come back smelling like Mariner, and he's gonna be mad at you.
yeah, and sausage.
And sausage, so he's gonna be doubly mad.
That's such a good sausage too, man.
Yeah.
Great job.
I don't want to. I see they're saying it needs whipped cream. I think that would make it too decadent. I think it's delicious just the way it is.
We want to be able to do other stuff today.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I got a 4-hour drive.
Well, they know I'm about to take a nap.
Right?
My chat just loves to sit there and be like, "Yep, Derek's taking a nap now." That is so good, man.
Very good.
Thank you, bro. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for inviting me to do this, man. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Charleston is a beautiful place.
It is.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like, even this is like a behind-the-scenes place, but look at that freaking layout.
Yeah. Oh, damn, man. You got the stadium there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the old dump, right? And it still looks cool.
It's not, yeah.
Freaking landfill. I mean, it's
Yeah. Even the dumps are nice.
Wait. Charleston's supposed to be full, right? We
Yeah.
full, don't move here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Let's not advertise that even the landfills look nice in Charleston.
Growth's inevitable, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's manageable, too. I mean, you look at Charlotte. You know, I grew up, well, my family's from around there. And that city's just blown up since I was a little kid, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 1 million people that live in the greater Charlotte
Yeah,
area now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've done a pretty good job with it.
Yeah.
It took a little while, but
Well, I think Charleston, a couple of the hurdles that people have put in have made the traffic and growth a pain.
yeah.
Like, if you finished 526, you take away a lot of the.
Yeah.
If you extend that on out to Johns Island
Mhm.
and everything, that makes a huge difference.
But I think one of the big problems Charleston has is they don't think of the working man.
Exactly.
They just don't.
Yeah.
Or even like a small town like Brevard, we're the same way. Like they're so focused on tourism
Yeah.
that they just completely forget about the people that actually have to live and work there.
Because,
Yeah.
like, for Charleston to be affordable for your workers,
Mm-hmm.
they're living in Ladson now. They're living
Yes.
in
Yeah.
Somerville, Goose Creek.
Somerville, yep.
And then you don't think of a way to get them in and out quickly? Come on now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mason's going to catch a shark. Have fun, Mason. That guy just catches sharks all day long. I don't know what you do for a living, Mason, but I'm jealous. Because I don't think catching sharks pays unless you're Captain Quinn.
Yeah. Change shirts.
Yeah, you're not driving home in that, are you?
Yeah. Sure, she's gonna get in her car tomorrow morning. Like,
Smells like a locker room.
why does my car smell like a jock strap? What is
He's got to drive back to Brevard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, it's pretty up there.
Oh, it's beautiful. Pisgah Forest and everything.
Mhm.
And Derek came up there one time and I tried to take him up to the parkway. So you can see everything. You can see like 3 states from up there on Black Boston and everything. And of course, like there was so much fog and overcast, like you could barely see like 20 feet in front of you. Great.
Yeah.
So I know my parents are watching either this now or on the replay later. Mom sent a group text to the group this morning, and then Dean sent a group text to the brothers this morning saying, FYI, that long text is because of me, which is shocking because I don't think we've ever gotten a long text because of Dean. My brother Dean is a saint.
Yeah.
Like we joke about it. Dean is the favorite, and he's not the favorite child. He's just the favorite. Like all my friends are like, "What's Dean up to? When's Dean coming into town? He's such a nice man." You know, the aunts, the uncles, he's the favorite for everyone.
Yeah.
He's just such a good guy. And when we were doing some of the build out in June, it was just hot. So he and I got heated and got in an argument.
That will happen.
And it was funny because I walked down the dock and Joe Keating was messing with some of the Spud stuff. And I said, "You want to know how I know I'm an asshole?" And Joe's like, "How?" I said, "I just got in an argument with Dean." He's like, "Whoo, you're going to hell."
You get to heaven and God's like, "I heard you were messing with Dean, man."
You know, everything else we can let slide.
Everything else checks out.
This day in June of 2024, we're going south, man.
Reckless, deviant. Whoa. What you doing?
We don't play that, man.
Yeah.
You could have robbed a bank. Like McGee.
You're dying for a taste, aren't you? What bacon you carry?
We serve Hormel, applewood smoke, and that's been our product the whole time, honestly.
Yeah. Mariner just got some. Calm down. Calm down. That dog has not touched dog food in weeks.
He knows he's going to
Like,
get
no
some
thanks, I'm full.
gourmet food every day.
He has not touched dog food. Literally today, I threw the bowl overboard and refreshed it, and he hasn't touched it.
Still ain't touched it.
Like, he gets all these chefs that come out, and he just gets food. Yesterday, we did go to Saltwater Cowboy for lunch, and it was funny. The girl, I was like, "Can I get a burger, just a patty for the dog?" And when she brought it out, she's like, "I should probably put it on the floor." I said, No. It needs to be cut up and cooled down first.
He's a fancy gentleman.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that. If you give him a hot burger, he's going to throw it up. Like,
Yeah.
Like I remember I had a friend the one time that I go to the bathroom and the food came out. And I come back and I look and Mariner's food's already gone. I'm like, "Dan, please tell me you didn't give that to Mariner already." He's like, "I thought it was his." And I'm like, "Oh."
It is, but
Shortly after, he's throwing it up. And I'm like, that's why you don't give it to him right away. Look at that gangway. It's a nicely fabricated gangway, isn't it?
Oh, man.
That was Lowe's yesterday.
Yeah.
I
Would that run about $400?
375.
was like about 20 feet shy. So,
Oh,
man, the 2x12s are just so strong. I could have probably got away with the 10.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get fat. Mariner. So what you going to do the rest of the day? Play with pickles?
Yeah, probably a little bit. Might hang out in the garden some and probably look at some birds.
Yeah. Where's the best place to look at birds for you?
I won't tell you my favorite spot. I'll tell you my second favorite spot. I like to go out to Caw.
Okay.
Out in between here and Ravenel, you know?
Yeah.
That place is awesome.
You got some nice gators out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was out there with my mom and my nephew one day, and they got this little bridge in the marsh trail part, and the bridge has a railing on one side, and we're looking over the railing down in the pond, and we see a bunch of little baby gators, like 3 or 4 of them, just swimming around, you know, and it was the cutest little thing. And my nephew's looking over, and my mom's looking over, and we're taking a video or whatever, and we all kind of had at the same moment the same thought, because behind us is just tall rice, you know what I mean, like shoulder height. You don't know what's in there. And we're sitting there and we're looking at these baby gators, and all 3 of us at the same time think, well, I wonder where Mama is. And then right behind us, we hear like, whoa, whoa. And it was like right there. So we didn't run, but we got it.
You walked on water that day.
Yeah, we got a picture and we're good. We're good. Yeah, you'll have moments out there like that every once in a while. But as far as I know, nobody's been eaten, so I'll still go out there. It's a beautiful place.
The only fatalities, the last fatality we had on a gator here was somebody trying to take a selfie with it.
The lady out, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, her and the gator connected.
Yeah.
Yeah. On multiple levels.
She said, I feel like there's a connection. We're going to go take a picture.
Yeah. I guess she was right.
She was right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they we built the nature trail at Station 16 out at Sullivan's Island, which is a nice.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people go out there. They go out there to catch the birds and tag the birds and stuff too.
Yeah. That stuff is cool. I've only been watching birds 2 or 3 years now, but I guess running a place called the Early Bird, it was bound to happen sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoy it. And you know, Charleston's a great place for that too. We have so many different kinds of little ecosystems. You know what I mean? There's a lot of biodiversity here, so you can see a lot of different kinds of wildlife in general, but especially birds.
Our buddy owns a farm south of town, and we were doing some clearing out there. He was doing some clearing. I was helping him one day, and we brought some of our crew to help pick up all the sticks and everything so they can plant. And they came across 2 nests of ground laying birds.
Yeah.
And they were killdeer. And so
They're so neat.
He went to Tractor Supply and bought an incubator, and we put 8 eggs in it. 5 of them hatched.
Nice.
I remember that.
I think 6 of them would have hatched. I got impatient and tried to help the one, and you don't help them.
Yeah.
Because it made it worse.
Yeah.
I think that was me watching Jurassic Park or whatever. Helping the dinosaur that one time.
Yeah.
But you can't help them.
They those birds will, if a predator comes around their nest, they'll try to distract it, and even to the point of pretending to be wounded.
Yeah.
To try to entice it to eat them.
Wing dance,
To try to eat them instead of the babies.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful.
Well, what's fascinating is that the bird is up and walking in hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like it comes out of that egg, and that egg, I mean, it's like a quail egg, right?
Yeah.
And it comes out of there. It's like, how was that bird in that egg?
Yeah.
Because it's all leg.
Yeah, and it's good to go. Yeah, pretty quickly.
And it's up and moving. It was fascinating stuff.
And to think, my parents dealt with my nonsense for 18 years.
Yeah, it was fascinating stuff. They ate cat food is what we fed it. The pet ate cat food.
Yeah.
And then I would stop and get mealworms and stuff like that. And then we released them. Once they got close to starting to jump out of the box, it was like, all right, it's time to release them.
Yeah.
I think it was like a week, 2 weeks we had them.
Yeah.
They, like I said, they start maturing quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Birds are fascinating.
They really are.
Oh, there's Mom. She's in the chat now. Mom's got a wrench now. Tim kept putting my mom in timeout.
Oh, really?
That's not the reason. But he accidentally put my mom in timeout like twice, I think.
Yeah.
And they're just like, it was an accident. And I'm like, it's actually really funny. I'm going to send you money afterwards. Do it again.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But, no, this is great.
Very
Thanks. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, man. I did too. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
struggle to stay awake
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you sweated off all your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the beauty of Charleston. We're kind of low key working out all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sweating it out. That's why we can eat like we do.
He's got stuff on his plate unless he's taking it home from Mr. Pickles.
Do you want some, bud? There you go.
Want some.
I say crazy things. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here you go.
It's not a question of if. It's a
Hey,
question
good
of how
boy.
much.
Good boy. All right.
Oh.
Oh, my wife sent me with some
Oh, that's right. You got.
some gifts.
Yeah. Let me change over to the other camera again. He's got some stuff for the treasure chest.
Got some super stylish bandanas.
Yeah, last year I was getting chefs out, and I'm like, there's nothing to tie all this together. So I went and found a treasure chest.
We got the cheeseburger bandana,
Oh, nice.
and we got the fried eggs. Kind of looks like a cloudy sky too, though.
It does.
But and my wife sent me with some stickers for you guys.
Stickers, there we go.
Yeah.
Can let's put some of those in there, and can I get you to put one on the table?
Yeah, of course.
You pick one that goes on the table.
Definitely the pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl?
That's my favorite. I bothered her to start doing pterodactyl stuff for the longest time. She finally did a couple years ago.
She caved.
It makes me so happy.
She caved.
Because they're the earliest bird, you know?
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Let's see. Right here works?
That works for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
No pressure.
Yeah. Should have grown thumbnails. There we go.
Awesome.
Sweet.
I can cut the pump on if you want to rinse it in the water here.
I'm right down the street, honestly. Okay. I'll wash them when I get home.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just right off 17 in West Ashley, so
Nice.
it's a good location. It doesn't seem like it's far from anywhere around.
It's not. It's not. Yeah, West Ashley, I think, is like, it's my
20
vibe.
minutes from the whole world.
Yeah, it's my vibe too, because it's not pretentious.
Yeah. Well, it's where, you know, like you were talking about, like the working people. I feel like West Ashley's where the working people tend to live, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But when we can.
Well, we can, yeah. I mean, West Ashley's even getting
Yeah.
houses that were 200,000 back in 2008 or 600 now.
Yeah. No, my wife and I were lucky enough to find a place before stuff got so crazy.
Yeah. That's just crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of my friends bought houses in there when we graduated. Because we graduated civil.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think a college kid, early graduate now could buy a $600,000 home.
Oh, no way. No way.
I'll be right back, y'all. And I'll help him carry his stuff up.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Sure, I got the keys. All right.
Honking at you will hurt your feelings. Huh?
It's my wife's car. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's true for me too, but
Yeah, I'm assuming that you tell him in fashion.
you know, I'm a little bit calmer these days.
I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere.
Oh man.
Look at it. All right.
Yeah.
Mom's telling stories about wearing orange jumpsuits to hospitals. Nap time. Mariner's like, I just want to get in the AC. I don't care about nap time. He probably wants some water too, though. Huh, bud? You want some water? That AC is night and day difference, huh?
Yeah, it is. Definitely feels good.
Alex last year, it was funny when he was like, I feel like I'm watching my friend have a heat stroke.
I'm not sweating healthy and all.
That was freaking awesome. Huh, chat? That was awesome. In and out too, huh? He was here like an hour, maybe less. That's a breakfast guy for you. I'll take y'all to his diner one day. We'll go to his diner, and I'll show you what he's got going on there. Like I said, it's a really nice. Yeah, we're all sweaty. It's hot out there. Joe, Teresa wants us to take a shower out back.
Together?
She probably does want us to take a shower together. Save water, shower with a buddy.
Hey, we did it for 4 years and set it
Mhm.
up.
But
Community shower.
I think we might end this episode here, and then I'll come back later. Only reason I'm saying that is because everything was front loaded, all the action was front loaded, and then it's just going to kind of simmer out from here. I don't think that's good for the rewatch, and I don't think that's good for y'all right now either. But I don't know if you've seen this. Did I show you yesterday? I did get the shirt. I'm showing it upside down. I did get the shirt. I think I showed y'all yesterday. So. Oh, there you go. Tim found it. That's the episode when they were on the Food Network. That was a fun episode. It was just a quick episode. Kevin's going boo. Yeah. I mean, y'all got something to watch right there. Quit watching me. Go watch that episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives when they were at Early Bird Diner. So I will see y'all later. I'll check in with you again later. It's just, well, our guest here that's still with me is Joe Ellenberger. Y'all met him when we did the ribs. Joe was my roommate at the Citadel, and then Dexter was, Dexter's the owner and chef. It's him and his wife that own Early Bird Diner just down the road, West Ashley, right across from where I lived for the last 15 years or whatever. So I loved his answer about why do they no longer do late night. Yeah, we got old. So y'all take care. I'll see you later.